Now that we understand how to maximize the use of class names and IDs so that we can reference them and target a specific element in our document so that we can apply styling using the style tag here that we have in our head element. So I just want to reiterate here, there are three ways on how we can apply styling. We have the embedded styling here, or also known as the internal styles. So technically we have three. Actually, let's just go and we have the internal styles, we have external styles, and we have the inline styles. Okay, so inline styles here. And if we go and have, let's see here. So if we follow the cascading order, we can see here that, let me just replace this with browser default. Browser default. So that you will be aware when you're having issues with the declarations that you're making. Remember that this cascading order here, the inline styles, will be having the highest priority when you declare certain stylings in your document, and it will be overriding the external styles, internal styles, and the browser default. I hope that it's clear that inline styles has greater importance versus the internal styles here and the external styles that we have applied here. If you remember, previously we created a link to an external style sheet. So, and even the browser default. So if we go here in the div class nav and we apply an attribute style here, this is what we call inline styles, as we've discussed before. I would want to go and apply a background color of purple here so that we can override the background color that we've declared here in the header nav colored pink. So let me go and save that, and let's see what will happen. So we now have a purple background here. Now if I go and try to apply a width property with a 30% value unit in our style attribute here and then try to refresh this, you would see that we now have a 30% value of width over the 100% total width of our container here based from the parent element. So we now have only 30% of width for this div element, which is the child element of this header container. So as you remember, the background color of our header container is orange red, and as we can see it here in our browser here, so you can see that it has 100% and a little bit of margin from the top, the left, and the right here. So when I say margin, that is pertaining to, let's go and look it up here. Let's go to the body element, which is the main document, the body. And if we try to remove the margin here, 0, let's see what will happen. You would see that it occupied the space from the top, the right, and the left side. And even here in the bottom, you would see normally that there's also 0 margin now applied here. If we go to the document body, you would see that if we go and try to see here, we can see that the margin top is 0, margin right is 0, margin bottom 0, margin left is 0. So if we try to toggle this, uncheck this, you would see that it's showing up that the space outside of the box is the margin.